do well to connect with us on all our social media platforms. You like, you share. We are on Facebook, we are on Instagram, we are on Twitter. You do well to like and share to your loved ones so that they can receive the blessing of what God is making available from this platform.
Nourish your mind daily. Nourish your mind. Make sure you learn something every day. Every day. Something in line with your calling. Something in line with your purpose. Make sure you learn one new thing every day. Every single day. Every other day. If God has called you into business, make sure you learn something about business every day. If God has called you into agriculture, make sure you learn something about it every single day. What you see flowing from my life are decades of investment. Decades. If you start today, it will take you 20 years to get where I am. And meanwhile, I will not be waiting for you. Everything. As long as it requires the scripture, I'm the man for the job. Yes, I'm the man. I found grace in that area. Every day, since the days when I was 12 years old, I began this investment. Studying the Bible, reading books, going for discipleship. Every day. Even today, I've learned my lessons for today. I learned them. And the lesson I learned today may not necessarily be for today. Every single day, there's improvement. There is improvement. There is improvement. And then when you see me burning, it's a cumulation of investment. Are you still with me? We can't teach prosperity without teaching people the use of the mind. Because poverty is proof that your mind is sick. Your mind is sick. All it takes to make somebody prosper is God giving you just one inspired idea. In as much as the economy seems to be weak and all of that, purchasing power for the naira is on a downward trend, and that's no limitation. There is one idea that God can give you, and if it's adequately incubated and administered, it will produce such that you don't have room enough to contain. It doesn't take a big idea to set you in motion. What will distinguish you is not a big thing. It's not you deriving the Schrödinger equation. Not as difficult as that. It's just an inspired idea that comes from God. And if God is to inspire you, there must be room in your mind to contain the inspiration. It is possible for that inspiration to be aborted because an inspiration comes like an embryo that is fertilized. And you must have an enabling environment to make it grow until it is rooted. And then you no longer see the impossibilities around it. Everything you see is possibility. In order for you to incubate something and give birth, and we see the results of what you had in your spirit man, you need to have a good mind, an excellent mind. You need to have a mind that is not limited by walls, towers, and prison houses. I remember when we were showing the 3D video of where we're staying now, we were showing the 3D video. It only existed in the computer. This building was in the computer. I remember what a sycophant whispered to me. And what he whispered was, "Man of God, is this thing not too big? Let us not be doing flesh and then think God is involved. You can build something that is smaller, something you can do." So he was trying to superimpose the walls he had in his mind and to transfer them to me. But unfortunately for him, he doesn't know the protocol that went down in order to make that building that was in a computer so real that there was nothing that could steal it away. Meanwhile, you must understand that even the gospel, when the gospel is preached, the birds of the air, that is demons, can still steal it from your heart. When it is still a thought, it can be stolen. So if it's not adequately incubated, that which God ordained that makes for life may never see the light of day because there was no enabling environment in your mind to tend it so that it will mature. When we were on site, the person that spoke to me that day never came. When we built, he never came. When we roofed, he never came. It was 2 days ago, I was in the office studying, praying. And I saw his number. You see, the reason why I did not pick is because I don't know which discussion. Okay, how are we going to continue with? The last time we spoke, he was claiming that The 3D design was flesh. That is it not possible for us to stay within the limit of possible performance? He didn't know that it was established. Right? Now he's calling. There is no positive thing that can come out of that discussion. There's no virtue there. No virtue. No virtue. So anything that he will bring, we can't think on it. So there was no need. I know how to put my phone and it will ring and the call will expire. It's not everything you should be involved with. The moment we finished building this place and we set up my office, I began to like the office. And then I said, let me pray. While I was praying in the office, the Lord said, this is not your place. So I called Chief Don. I said, Chief Don, you've been looking for places to pray. You can take. The reason why God is saying that is because every breakthrough you have can become your breakdown. It can become your end. Your end. Your end is in every form of success that you ever experience. There is corruption in every promotion you have, either secular or sacred. Satan can feast on it and make it your limit. That's why we need the voice of God. He said, this is not your place. That your place is among the nations. So we had to leave that office. Meanwhile, it's a good place. The chair, the cushion, when you sit on it, it has respect for your backbone. He said, it's a nice place. But there's something beyond it. It doesn't matter where you were born. If God has his way tonight and demolishes the structures that have kept you in the invisible prison, you will discover that, like Elijah, the hand of God can come on you and you will run faster than the chariots of Ahab. How many of you still remember when we were in the tent there? We're in that place. A pastor came from Meduguri, came to visit me and called me a foolish man. I said, okay, why does he call me foolish? He said, see, a lot of people are listening to my messages free. There are some things I can do about my messages that it will not be for sale. And this is the amount. He analyzed it on a computer. This is the amount that you can get from the sales of your messages, just in case. This is the market you have. And he went to Alaba and he saw that they were packaging my messages and selling. He went to Maraba and he saw one guy with a wheelbarrow. It's my message I was playing. Reports have come to me from everywhere. See, you are wasting resources. You are a foolish man. You can sell it. Huh? Meanwhile, he is not aware of the instruction that Jesus gave me, that we should make bread available because a time of drought is coming so that everyone can have access to good bread. We are looking for ways to smuggle it into places for free. You are looking for how to sell it. So when he saw that it was our will to make it free, he said that my foolishness will never end. And that's how he left. But he wasn't aware that I had a deal with Jesus. That if you can make bread available in the drought, I'm going to make you a voice on the continent of Africa and you will speak to the world. My counsel will be on your lips. He didn't know that. So when he left and he insulted me, my heart broke. I went back to Jesus. I said, Jesus, we are not making progress. We are small. You know what he did to me? Then he opened my eye. Then I saw the future. And I knew that we were not small. We were small physically, that's what we thought. But we had gathered muscles in the spirit. Sometimes God needs to open your eyes. So I was delivered from trying to promote myself. I was delivered from it. And I allowed Jesus to be the one to introduce me. And Jesus came in his own time. He still came 3 years after all of those things happened. What is that looming thought that you have allowed for 25 years to keep you in bondage? A man came and married a woman as a virgin. And then began to have children with other women outside and was hiding it. All right? And then she now discovered after 10 years of marriage. And when she raised the issue, the man said, come on, pack your load and leave my house. What's that rubbish? So she was wounded. And for the next 25 years, her prayer was, God, let that man. I release fire on him. I release the most bitter curses of Egypt. I release fuel and flame on him. Guess what? The man prospered more. He expanded to the left and to the right. Every form of expansion the man had aggravated the situation to come. Jesus. Kill. Let him die. And she did that for 25 years. And one day she came to say, die. That was what she came for. And then the Lord now spoke to her. Can't you forgive? Okay, I forgive. Say, Lord, I forgive him. Then the man died. You know what? Free yourself. Free yourself. Free yourself. Free yourself and be free. The person that was bound was not the man. The person bound was the woman. The moment she freed herself, a man died. The pain became a stronghold. Today you are going to set yourself free. You come out of the prison house. You will break the fetters. You will break the chains. Set those people free. Doesn't matter how they hurt you, but you still have a destiny that God has spoken over your life. The moment she said, I forgive him, the day she came out of her own prison was the day that God began the judgment. She has prayed for the judgment. She has asked for thunder, asked for fire. Say, let his house fall on him suddenly. He went and built another one instantly. Please help me tell your neighbor, come out of the prison now. Come out of jail. Second thing that you need to do in order to walk free and to maximally find grace and express grace is that you must train your thoughts. You must train them. When you train your thoughts, you will find out that your thoughts itself will build a barricade so that when negative thoughts come, it will beep, it will send a signal. Train your thoughts. I realize that on Facebook now we have minor pornography on Facebook. I don't know where all this thing came from. Minor pornography. Or is it only my own Facebook page that thing is happening? It's everywhere. Don't watch it. It looks like comedy, but it's a trade. It's a trade to pollute your thoughts. There's no purity in that arrangement. If you keep feeding on that, a time will come when you come out and see a sister in church, you can visualize her naked because there's no purity in your mind. I remember when I was in the oil industry, in the depot here in Markudi. So some people from the Muslim community came to me and said, we have seen that you are a just man. You don't want to take money that is not your own. And we have watched you for many years. Because of this, we want to do business with you. All you need to do is bring this amount. We will run the business and give you your profit. I said, okay, that's a good idea. They say, however, we are Muslim. I said, what does that mean? That we need to go to North Bank and buy a ram and do a sacrifice, pour blood, and take an oath that will not cheat out. I say, you are mistaken. I am not just a Christian. I'm a priest for Jesus. And this thing that you are doing is darkness. If you want to prosper, come to me. I will tell you how we will prosper. I'm the one that should teach you how to secure your investment. That was how we couldn't do that business. The opportunity was there, but it will not happen because the people were wrong. I will follow you to North Bank to go and sacrifice a ram. I'm not that desperate for money. My God knows how to give me money. I'm not so faithless to help God. I am God's problem. I'm God's property. I'm God's burden. He's my father, so he needs to take care of me. And yeah, I'm okay to wait for him to open the door, to make a way. I'm not in a hurry, and I'm not that ambitious. Think on these things. The things you cannot do because of the way you think. For some of us, casual immorality is not part. We don't think of it. Do you understand that? It is not that opportunities for such don't come, but the door to it is closed in our thought. So when those opportunities rise, it's as if I'm in an atmosphere of COVID. Do you understand it? Close the door to immorality in your thoughts. That for me it is not an option, and it will be so. We were in a mall in one country, and my friend was saying, didn't you notice that girl was liking you? I didn't notice. I didn't notice. Because he was not where? Was not in the top. There were many things that you will not notice. Because that's not how you think. He said, think on this thing. A man that will bring his thoughts captive must be in charge of what? Training his thoughts. Thy word have I hidden in my heart that I might not sin against you. You will need to study the word. You will need to meditate on the word. You will need to confess the word. You will need to memorize the word. I remember how God delivered me. We were in that place, that small place, all right? And I was in the place of prayer. I was saying, how long? When will you bring redemption to us? When will your face of mercy shine and you will enlarge our coast and cause our borders to flow with milk and honey? I was just talking to God. And the Lord said, if you say you are a giant, then take giant steps. I said, all right, no problem. Our architect came. I said, draw an auditorium of 4,000. You think I'm mad? Indeed, if you had seen me then, you would say, he's mad. But you see, I had an instruction from God to take. So, I want to take the step. If they fail, then I'll go back to God and say, Oga, I was on my own. I was doing well. You said I should take, but God never gave me the opportunity to come back with a complaint. Never gave me the opportunity. The foundation for this place was laid, 55 million. When I stood on it, I spoke to Satan. I said, Satan, this is no longer in the realm of the spirit. This is on ground now. I'm working on it. You were alive, but it happened. You were well, but you could not resist this. Even as we raise it up, you will look at it from where you are, and you will see that it will happen in spite of you. Oh my God, I prayed in tongues on the ground. I prayed in tongues on the ground. I prayed in tongues. I shook myself. It was becoming exciting. And the walls began to go up. Meanwhile, Ministry of Works came and checked the foundation. And they say since 1976, no building in Benue State has been built like this. Are you there? The Guild of Engineers, they came, civil engineers, current, they came to check whether our building was according to specification. It exceeded current specification for safety. It exceeded it. They thought that, okay, the thing was deficient so that they can ask for bribe. They left dry. I say more Korea back enemy. Dry. Then they stopped coming. They were supposed to come like 4 or 5 times. So what we did was, if we build, we'll snap it and then we'll keep it on the dashboard so that even if they forget to come, all the things they're looking for is on the dashboard. They didn't come again. Onto the roofs. People say it was the governor that was building. The governor sent spies to check who is behind this building. And the people saw me many times, but I didn't look like the person behind. Thank God. I didn't look. So they went without finding the person. Even the day of inauguration, we called the governor and he looked at me. You see, it's not me. What do I have? Who am I? But Jesus was the one that trained my mind. He said, if you say you are a giant, do what? Take giants. The next giant step we had to take was the cable television. We said broadcast to Africa, broadcast to Europe. Then we started. We had to go on 2 satellites. The satellites that you will not find so much preaching, so that we can transmit from that angle. It looked impossible. Then, when we did it, I was watching it. So we are on cable now. So I will preach, and then I'll go on cable and see myself. It has increased my mother's lifespan. It has increased her lifespan. That in my lifetime you did this. I said, no, the Lord. This is the calling I was telling you that I had. You understand that? Meanwhile, when I was studying the Bible all night those days, my dad and my mom troubled me. They say human beings don't study the Bible like this. This is madness. You are about entering madness. I showed that. See where the madness has taken her lifespan. She has decided that she won't die now. Because when my dad died, every time you say, hey, give me food, let me eat so that I will die. Give me this so that I will die. Give me that. And then when she came here for the inauguration, then she climbed upstairs. I said, my son, I'm not dying. I'm not. The covenant with death has been aborted. There's something to live for right now. Take giant what? So when God now saw that, okay, I was beginning to catch up with that kind of thinking, he now said, all right, I give you Ghana, I give you South Africa, I give you the United Kingdom. My blessing is on you to influence Christianity in this nation. I didn't know anybody, anywhere, this place. The moment the Lord said it, I had an invitation to preach in London. Then I was still in the service. I was still working. So I applied for casual leave. They approved it. And I was on British Airways. The church that invited me put me on first class, business class. That's the first time I'm going long distance on business class. The people that were serving felt I was too small to be in business class. So the full weight of the enjoyment, I did not experience it. But I knew that the seats were bigger. Are you with me? The church put me on business class. You could touch the seat, the thing will become a bed. I said, Jesus. I stretched myself. What? I say, indeed, you have called me. Oh my God. All kinds of, they were serving. I see. So there's a world like this. So when I got to the border, then the immigration interviewed me and said, okay, what are you coming to do? I just showed him. He said, where is your ticket, your return ticket? I took my bag. I began to speak. I said, Lord, you brought me into this gate. Let fire be left behind. There's only one commodity I have, one merchandise. It's called fire. We come with fire. When I moved into my hotel room, prayed in tongues for 12 hours, then that fire came. Oh. That was the message that opened the whole of Europe to me. One message. Now, listen. If you don't believe God, you might even do your best. It will not go anywhere. It won't go anywhere. Whole of Europe, open. By the time I came back to Abuja, they had put me for a training. So I saw my name. I went for the training. I sat there. I knew I couldn't do that work again. I just knew the end for this work has come. I called one of my colleagues. I said, I'm not going to be with you people here for long. He didn't know that I was not joking. They had increased some allowances and they were rejoicing. It has entered. There's something higher than what you are experiencing. There's something higher. And God is willing to take you there if you can conceive it. There is something higher. Look at your life. Run an analysis on your life quickly. And anything you call impossible. What is it that you call impossible? When God said it, you didn't believe that it can happen. There is a stronghold that is built in your mind. That is the reason for your perception of impossibility. Because Paul says, I can do all things through Christ that strengthens me. We don't accept defeat. We don't accept surrender. God did not give you that calling because he was expecting you to use your resources to fulfill it. God had in store all the resources required to make what he has asked you to do come to pass. Did he say you should go and contest for a certain political office and you looked at yourself, you don't consider yourself to be capable? He's not saying be capable. He's saying just obey my voice and I will show you my strength. I will show you my ability. Today, you want to come against that sense of failure that Satan has pushed into your mind. You want to confront that sense of reproach that he has forced you to accept. And tonight, you want to say, Lord, I move beyond the limitation in the name of Jesus Christ. I move beyond the limitation. I move beyond the limitation. I move beyond the limitation. In the name of Jesus. In the name of Jesus. I move beyond it. I move beyond it. In Jesus' mighty name.
Thank you for watching. And if this video has blessed you, please like, kindly subscribe, and also tap on the notification bell so you can stay notified and updated on our new videos. And please do not forget to share the link to people so we can bless more people. And most importantly, we want to know how this video has blessed you under the comment section.
Don't forget to subscribe.